We are going to relax and listen to our business audios. That's what we're going to do.
Good morning, team. Hope you're all doing well. Just sending you a Kate here from the Edmonton airport on my way to Vancouver with Jamie. Going to meet up
Should
with
have done
Kritzy
that
to take
yesterday,
in
but
the Open in the Vancouver market. Excited to get around Dave and Carolyn, around Jeff and Leslie, around the Millet team, and just bring home some of that excitement. But also wanted to preface this, Kate, from Kim Dobmeyer, because I think she raises a really valuable point of visualization in that, as we endeavor to engage in the Q1 incentive and, start to do those MSAs and our DTMs and booking meetings, sometimes we try to limit ourselves with the lens of who we currently are versus who we're becoming. And I think visualizing, seeing yourself as someone that can do MSAs and have great conversations and, start to create those great relationships with people and see yourself in those situations achieving those goals, I think is so key to, changing your identity of who you are to who you want to become, and spending some time either journaling about that, learning about that from the books you read and the Kates and the audios you listen to, or practicing active visualization and seeing yourself in those roles, accomplishing them successfully, I think is so key. So, and thanks for this message, Kim. I love it, and here you go. Hi, Teresa. So my cold is slowly starting to subside. I've been able to keep up with my 8 glasses of water, throw in a lemon there. I have the twist tube, so all that good stuff on top of my vitamins, and I'm back on my shake routine, feeling a lot better with that. And listen to Paul Sika's audio today, Possibilities and Potential. And he just talked about thinking, producing possibilities, and that's what we become. We have more potential than we can develop in a lifetime. Our given potentials are prisoners of our own doubt and fears, and only faith can set it free. What the mind can conceive, the will can believe, and a person can achieve. And then a person's unused potential is as good as unused money. It isn't helping anyone. And the imagination is more important than intelligence, and talks about that visualization. And it's kind of what I've been trying to visualize, is just doing some MSAs and kind of what that would look like, and visualizing that, because I know that's what's going to lead to booking meetings, to building our business. So just kind of really focusing in on that. But yeah, love and appreciate you. Take care.
happened. Let's keep going.
Happy New Year, everybody. This is Bradley D. Duncan. This is really a good message. So listen up. Love you guys.
Brad Duncan and gang. Thank you so much, Andrew.
Hey, Rick, Puppet Cameron. Hope you're doing amazing. I'm just sending you that message that you asked me to send when we were having a conversation the other night, and just really having to do with showing the plan, connecting with people, and just our mindset, our attitude behind that. And here's what I'll tell you. I believe in the beginning, Emma and I, when we first started our business, we were genuinely good connectors. We could connect with people. We could build friendships easily, which I believe is what attracted so many people into our organization, is because they really knew that we loved them and that we appreciated them and that we were really in it for them. And it's sad to admit, but I think during the pandemic,
I don't know what she heard about.
to lose our ability to connect with people out of fear, out of confusion, whatever it was. And so I kind of went into study mode, and I studied, the perfect way to do things. And I'm telling you what, the perfect approach doesn't exist, but I'll tell you what, it sure clouds your vision. And for me, it hindered my ability to connect with people, because I was looking for the perfect thing to say, the perfect time to say it, and But what we've realized is if you can just really connect, build relationships, ask good questions, listen, that people will love you and they'll want to be around you. And so one of the examples I'll use is just the other morning. I was working out and I was in the sauna afterwards and I was talking to the gentleman in there and just fascinated with him. He was asking him, mortgage broker, how he got into that, what his long-term plan is, and he really wants to retire young. He's a sharp kid about my age. And the amazing thing is, he asked me what I did, but I was so brief. And I just told him, I said, listen, man, I got connected with some really successful entrepreneurs a few years back. They taught me how to build a side income. I don't have a job anymore. It's a huge blessing. But, man, I want to hear more about this mortgage broker thing. And at the end of that conversation, he literally pulled out his phone. He gave it to me. He said, I want your number on my phone. I want to pick your brain because it sounds like you have connected with the type of people that I need to be around. And we ended up sitting down, having a great conversation. And what was cool is when we sat down, I wasn't looking to qualify him. I wasn't looking to, ask him 30 questions to make sure he's a perfect qualified prospect. But really, we connected on a deep level. And, when he asked me, so how does your business work? I pulled out a piece of paper. I showed him the napkin plan. I said, isn't that the coolest thing you've ever seen? As I pushed it towards him. And he looked at me and said, that is amazing. It sounds like I need to get around what you're around. And it was so simple because I didn't have to sell him. I didn't have to convince him. I showed him, and that's exactly what the plan says. It says, show the plan. It doesn't say sell the plan. It doesn't say convince. It says, show the plan. And if you show it to the right people, then they're going to get it, and they're going to ask you, hey, how can I get around the people that you know? And that's been an amazing experience. So just want to say that. We love you. We appreciate you. We're so thankful for you and your attitude of always just genuinely connecting with people because it really does make the biggest difference in people's lives.
Hey, Brad and Julie, sure appreciate your invention. I just thought you got a lot of great comments, but I thought I'd send this one to you. This is from Barb Johnson, who owns those 10 McDonald's in my business. And, she started working for McDonald's for minimum wage for $2 an hour a few decades ago. But now she's owns 10 of them, so she's got some good perspective here. I just think you might like to hear this.
Hi, Clayton. It's Barb. Brad and Julie were so good tonight. I'm always reminded what a beautiful couple they are, how amazing they are, how positive they are. I don't know, the last 6 months, I get so busy in the restaurants and I think I have a great life. I'm happily married after 45 years and, life is just good. But once again, he reminds me tonight, listening to both of them, that you want the great life. Don't settle for just the good life. And so once again, I'm stirred up to just get this done. Just do it. And he's right. You just got to work on yourself every single day. Do something more every single day. And it was just powerful. Wow. They are just the sweetest. And I've been in business for lots and lots of years and know lots of people. And there is nobody like Brad and Julie. They're just very few and far between. He talks about that. That there's just not very many people that you'll spend time with, that you'll be around. And it is so true. And they're just precious. So just wanted to let you know I'm there. I'm there for you, Clayton. I'm going to do this. And I love you so much.
Hello, Moving On Team, Platinum Men and Women. Hope everybody's doing great. Happy New Year. Hope everybody is on fire. Hope everybody's got their feet on the field. They're running hard, and they know the direction they're heading, and they've got coaches they're plugging into. And now is the time. Game time is on, guys. It's time to win your life. Passing on a great message. Just again, we're going to be breaking so many incredible brand new eagles, brand new double eagles, brand new platinums, brand new emeralds, rubies, diamonds. This is our time. And so thank you all so much for stepping up. We just love each and every one of you. And just again, this is just a great message. Just talking about again how, don't go out there and compare. You've got what it takes, and you just
I'm not going to share too much, but Antoine came to me a year ago and said, hey, enough's enough, man. I want to grow. I want to build this opportunity, and I want to go and be one of the ones. And so I said, okay, let's do it. Came up with a game plan, and now look at this, man. This is an incredible story. So excited. I think it was 7 months, a year to 7 months of really building this thing, really having a work habit. And so just like proving it, man. When you do the work, this happens.
All it takes is a decision to be like, enough's enough, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, incredible team. We love them very, very much. There are going to be some great, great diamonds coming out of this team. Proud of you, buddy.
Proud of you.
Hey, Lou and Ash, just getting you the Eagle crate. Yes, we got it. We got there. We got it done. Honestly, I feel like I've sent so many gratefulness cakes this week, just with the season of it that we're in, and this is pretty much just going to be another one. So I just want to start with Ryan and Noella and Dina Marcy. Just so grateful for their leadership, their training, consistently being there, being loyal to me well before I was ever loyal to them. Just incredible leaders. And then obviously the greatest, Ron and Candace, just the rock of just, do what you say and say what you do. And every single board plan they've ever said they were going to do, they've been there. They've done phenomenal, incredible trainings, every single board plan. And of course, my personal coaches, Ash and Lou, just so grateful for you guys. I think everyone thinks this, but I really do believe it, that I feel like I have some of the best coaching and mentorship out there. I just feel so well equipped in anything, and I always know I can reach out, and I just feel very blessed. And to finish this off, I just have one idea that I want to share, and it's funny too, because 2 years ago, 0 partnerships, just marinating, just plugging in and feeding my mind, no output habit. And I just remember looking at Eagles at that time and being like, wow, they're so perfect. They are perfectly organized. They are perfectly consistent and persistent. They have perfect work habits. So all of this super high standard to go Eagle. And it's laughable because I look at myself now and yeah, sure, I'm definitely consistent and persistent and I've just not given up, but definitely not perfect in any of those things. And it's hilarious because you don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep moving forward. And it's just that common saying that we hear all the time, get knocked down 8 times, get up 9. Get up that 9th time. Just keep moving forward, and that's really it. And honestly, I'm just super excited for everyone in this opportunity because I feel like if I can do it, anyone can do it. I'm just a single man who, honestly, I'm not that good, but everyone's good enough, right? We can all do it. We can all finish. So, yeah, if I can go Eagles, everyone can do it. So, stay plugging you in.
Just a copy to Jill, so I wanted to send you a bit of a funny Kate here just on actually one of the benefits of Kate. And so I was listening to Kate today at work, and I heard the Kate from County about how she had her 3rd reconnect this month already. And I'm like, hey, today's only the 4th. I've already had 2, and she's had 3. No way she's having 3, and I'm not having 3. And I know it's just a fun, silly competitive thing, but at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter how many reconnects someone has. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to send a text. So I texted 3 different people, 2 just confirming schedules with them, and the other one I hadn't heard back from yet. But we had talked about having coffee, so she just started schooling today, so she had a busy day today, so we're confirming that still. But yeah, so I now have more that I'm just confirming dates on, but we are going for coffees, and they're tentatively on the books. So yeah, I thought that was fun to just have a little bit of competitiveness I find with the Q1 incentive that is good in a motivating type of way, if that makes sense. So yeah, that happened today, and I'm glad I heard that came, literally, because it got me to text a few different people and schedule a few different things that weren't on the books before. So I'm excited about that, and yeah, just want to share.
Hey Mom, hope you're doing awesome. Just wanted to send you a quick Kate. Today is day 3, my 30-day core run, and yeah, it feels great. Habits are coming easy. I don't feel like I'm trying to fit them in. They're just happening, which is awesome. And I got my 3rd reconnect today again at the gym. It seems to be my place. But yeah, so that was good, just to chat and stuff. But yeah, I feel like my work habit is doing a lot better now that I like printed everything off, and I have it like sitting in a binder right on my dresser, so I see it every day, which I used to have it all in the office, like in the spare room, and I never really go in there, so it like was easy to forget about it, whereas I think hopefully having it right in front of me, I'm going to import it a lot more, and yeah, so I will keep you posted on that. Love you.
Latin American women moving on IVOs pass on a great message, and this is one from one of the German gentlemen in the Duncan organization, and some great wisdom on here. I remember back in the days when we used to take our Sunday nights every single week and make those phone calls to those people that were on our pipelines, and obviously, you know, we called them throughout the week, or we texted them or whatever, but those Sunday nights were those nights to make those phone calls. And I think this is just some really great wisdom to share with each and every one of you, as far as, you know, many of you have people in the pipeline, or names that, you know, potentially you get just as you're out and about living life. And the challenge is many of you don't make those calls back. And then time goes by and you feel weird about calling them, and you do. You just don't, you know, you don't follow through. And so it's super important. This is a great message. I couldn't agree more. Thanks so much.
Hey, Jason Henny with the company going up. Team Michael here. Just wanted to get a message out. Maybe a little bit of training, but also just kind of things to think about. So we've been getting a lot of people's numbers back for the year, like what was 2022 look like, what's 2023 going to look like. I know we're still compiling those, looking at those, but I will say probably one of the things that I saw is just conversion rates being kind of maybe a little less than what they could or maybe even should be. You know, a lot of people get names and numbers, starting that conveyor belt, but not doing much with it. And I just really want to remember, I want to invite everybody to don't let a name and number pass you by. Don't let an opportunity to, take that effort, which is the hardest part, and turn it into something. And so this picture here, I just sat in my car, I had TOCI time, and I zipped in and got a little bit up, but instead of just being done early, I said, you know what? I'm going to take 30 minutes here, 30, 45 minutes, whatever it may be, and I'm going to make calls. I'm going to just do what I need to do. And so I got a lot of cleanup from the holiday, and, getting numbers, not being able to, people not getting together, whatever that may be. But I made about 10 or 12 calls, booked, I think 4 different meetings, sent out 10 different texts. I already got back, 3 people got back. So my entire, month of start the processes, I think I've got, 8 or 9 already booked. It's we're on the 4th, because I took advantage of what work I already did. So I just invite everybody, don't forget, you can have little, called fight nights, you can have those little mini call sessions with yourself. It's really, really important. If you're not doing that every week with regularity, you're letting so much of your effort just fall between the cracks. So much of it. So I just invite everybody, don't let any name and number go to waste. Take advantage of everyone. Every name and number we get, we try to turn it into something. Right? Start the process, ultimately showing the plan, and registrations, or to customers. I just had a guy today. It kind of moved through, and so I followed up with him, and I just said, hey, I'd love to take care of you as a customer, and just be intentional about your business. I think some of us are so good at doing sort of the action step, but there's that follow-up, and that follow-up can mean a lot of different things. So I just invite everybody to take your calls seriously and get after that and get that dialogue down, because I'll just tell you, sitting here making these calls, the reason that I didn't want to make them at all, but I knew that, I know that there's people that are going to say yes. There always is. Because when you start to learn how to make it rain on demand, this is fun. Right? It's fun to be like, cool, now my schedule's all booked up. It's fun. That's the easy part now, is executing the meetings. So, but you don't get there if you don't get that rep, the practice, the reps, the practice, the reps, the practice. So anyway, just want everybody to take that really seriously and just get it done. So, we love you guys.
Moving on, team. Copy up to Platinum Ladies. Pass it on. This is a great message from Alicia Dick. Here you go.
Hey, Alicia, hope you're having a great day. Wanted to forward you this message. This is your response to a question that had been asked about how to touch base with customers that place their own orders. So not customers that are, ordering through you and you're just adding it to your ditto, because, yeah, it is easy to be like, like, hey, I'm putting in my monthly order. Can I get you anything? Just want to make sure you are taken care of. But how to follow up and how to stay in touch with people that are placing their own orders. And I got so much value out of your response here that I wanted to forward it back up to you in case you saw value in passing it out. So let me know.
Hey Claire, Coffee to Janelle, Jane, Sam. Just wanted to get back to you on your question there about, a way for the people that do their own orders, how to get them to order, and how to follow up with them monthly. So, there's a couple of different ways. There is still the way of like, hey, just going through my order for the month, wanted to check in, see how your ordering is going. Is there anything that I can do? How are your products working out for you that you can ordering on your own? I just want to make sure that, again, your service is still awesome. So there's that. The challenge with that is that you really can do that probably like once a quarter. You're not going to send that kind of text every month, but you could do that once a month or once a quarter. Another way of kind of having a little bit of like a passive touch base with somebody without having to like ask for the order is, when a new product comes up, or, maybe it's a product feature of the month, and almost like highlighting something of interest to them once a month. So maybe part of your client power hour is, featuring one product a month that you're going to send a cute little text to. Maybe it's on Canva that you put something together and it's like product feature of the month. And, maybe it's something new, maybe it's something old, maybe it's just one of your favorites or something, like there's so many products that we use that we love, right? And that people may or may not be aware of. But, yes, you are educating them on a different product. So, for example, I love the Length and Definition mascara. I know other people love the 3-in-1. So maybe it's a product feature on that, one of my favorites. And you're, featuring that, a little blurb, a little link to your site, and pretty simple. Like, I wouldn't go too crazy, but it's something that you can send out once a month just to remind them that, hey, I'm here, right? But then also maybe entice an extra order or adding something new to their product line without always just asking for the sale, if that makes sense. So those are some things that, I've seen other people do, some things that I have done. I like to send out the new mini catalog when they come out and a couple extra samples when they come out. I like to send out a Christmas card or a Happy New Year's card with a picture of our family that says thank you for your support, blah, blah, blah. There's lots of different ways that you can kind of just create awareness around you and remind people that you're still around. So those are my thoughts, but let me know if you have any questions around that, okay? Love all you ladies so much.
Platinum Ladies, moving on to you, pass it on. This is awesome too. I love this. Way to go, Travis and Kaylin. And this is true who we are. We are people that make a difference. We're people that are able to say yes when we can. And I just love this. Great job, you guys. Way to go. Way to bless this man and blow some people away. And just so many people proud. I sure love you.
Not good.
Hey there, Emily, Amy, and Daniel. I'm also probably Travis on here too. I just
want
to share with you guys a little experience that Travis and I had on, I think it was Monday, and I at first forgot to send this your way, and then I was like, no, I don't want to send it because I don't want this to sound like it's anything that we're special with any of this stuff. But then I was like, okay, well, honestly, this is just a testament to where we're at and to the worldwide system, and it's not really like that big of a deal, but it was the first time we've done something like this. So we were at the grocery store, getting our groceries for the week and having a great time, and at the self-checkout area, just paying for our groceries, just scanning them, having fun together. And then a gentleman walked up next to us, and I said hi to him. He's a little bit older, he had a mask on, he seemed to be moving kind of slow, and while he was after he finished scanning all of his groceries, he called the attendant over and said that he realized that he forgot his wallet, and so he just asked me if we could hold them for him while I ran home to go get it. And I didn't have my wallet with me, and so I just asked Travis, like, hey, like, this gentleman, like, he forgot his groceries. Do you know we could pay for his groceries? And Travis just, like, immediately pulled out his card and slipped around the attendant, and it just, it was one of those tap pays, so he just, like, I got it, and, like, went to tap to pay it, and the gentleman was like, oh, no, like, that's okay, like, please don't, and it's all good. And Travis was like, no, like seriously, I got it, and like it's already done, like it already said paid. And both the gentlemen kind of like, oh my gosh, like thank you. And you guys, it was like $25, like it wasn't even that big of a deal. And we're like, yeah, you betcha. And then when the gentleman was leaving, we were just, have a great day. He's like, you too. And my year's already turned out way better than the last year or something like that. So, anyways, just grateful for this system, because I really never, in the past, I probably would have felt really bad, like, oh yes, we get us wallet, like bummer. But now I'm like, that's a half hour of driving, just like 15 minutes to go get his wallet, then 15 minutes to come back, and then another 15 minutes home. That's almost 45 minutes. Like, oh my goodness, like we can save 45 minutes. That's worth $25. So, anyways, love you guys. Thank you for always being great examples for us, and we'll chat with you soon. Hey Teresa, copy over to Janine. It's Jamie here. Just wanted to let you know about a potential or very likely new customer that I'm going to have. Her name is Colleen, and we had met at church a couple of months ago, and she came to my Bible study today. And when we had first met, I told her that I have an Amway business, and she was very excited about that. So today she said, do you have any catalogs? And I said, yes, absolutely. And she was specifically looking for vitamins. So I had the health, the home, the beauty, and the mini catalogs. So I got them for her, and I showed her like kind of the vitamins that she was looking for, went through the benefits of, the organic farming and how Amway pays farms around them to be organic also, and she was super impressed with that. So anyways, I said, and here is the home catalog, which has all the cleaning products, and then this one is the beauty catalog, and it has all the hair and makeup and skincare products. And her eyes just lit up. She's like, what? They have that stuff too? So I said, yes, absolutely. And she's looking for a new skincare routine. She will be turning, I believe, 60 on her next birthday. So I kind of went through the vegan skincare line with her and told her some benefits of that. And then she also is on a medication that has turned her hair from curly to straight in some places. So I'm going to phone Amway and see what they might suggest for a best product for her to try. So anyways, I sent her home with 10 days worth of the women's packs and a hand cream, and yeah, so I know that she will be a customer. I didn't sign her up today because I wanted her to try that stuff first. And yeah, I am very excited because she was very excited. All right, talk to you later. Hey team, Cover Trista, amazing message here from Catherine. Thanks for sharing this. These were awesome.
Absolutely, Andrea. So sending my cake for the day. Finishing up my core habits, and I finished up my new lessons and my tracking. And I listened to a podcast the other day. It's a weight loss podcast, but it's more about building long-term sustainable changes in your life. And she talks about how we ask ourselves bad questions. And she was putting it in the context of losing weight and becoming more healthy, but I've heard all of these questions asked in business. And so sometimes we ask ourselves bad questions, like, why can't I get my act together? Or what's wrong with me? And those are bad questions because they just make us feel negative. And she said you need to challenge yourself to ask questions that put you in a positive mindset, in a growth mindset. And so there are 7 questions, and I've heard all of these questions come from a worldwide stage. 1, what can I do better today than I did yesterday? That's just a basic evaluation of your day and try to make little improvements. Number 2 is, can I just? And that's for those moments when you're feeling really down and it's like you're really struggling to pull yourself up, and it's like, okay, what couple little things can I do right now that will put some action into my day and hopefully build some momentum that will hopefully carry me forward. The third question is, what is in my control? She talks about, what are you worrying about that you have absolutely no control over, and letting that go. What if it works out just fine? I've heard lots of people from stage Krista Liz Leslie. What if you build your business and you become a diamond and all your dreams come true? Just like if I follow the noon lessons, what if it works out and I lose all the weight I wanted to and become the healthy person I want to be? The fifth question is, what is really happening here? Evaluating the situation and separating facts from your emotions. Question 6 is, will I care about this in 3 weeks or 3 months? So that's kind of along the lines of, is this gonna matter? Is this decision, is this thing that I'm about to do going to matter in 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years? And if it doesn't, let it go. And question 7, if I didn't think this were hard or impossible, what would I do? I'm pretty sure I've heard Lori Duncan and Emma Fairbrander both make these comments. If you didn't think it was hard or difficult or impossible, what would you accomplish in a day? What goals would you set? And what type of belief would you have in yourself? So just wanted to share those questions and hope you had a great day.
Hey Brad, Dave copied Brad. This message totally reminded me of you out of Magic I Think You're Big, and just what you and Julie have done and walked through. Everyone wants to live how you live, but man, who's going to do what you've done and what you guys have overcome? Your story is just so incredible and mind-blowing, your testimony. It just gives us so much belief every single day. So this is from Andrew Priestley from Putnam's, who is, him and his wife Steph have just put in a new Eagle 6 since FED, and are on the grow, just battle cry of 20 bonus checks, so you get to know this guy more, he'll get there, right? But just want to send this your way and just thank you for your example. Your real life example of this. Love you.
Hey David, good morning. Ready to rock and roll today, starting off with the Magic Thinking Big. Reading a passage out of chapter 11, how to turn defeat into victory. And he said, one of my closest friends is an exceptionally successful management consultant. You walk into his office, you feel like you're really uptown. The fine furniture, carpeting, the busy people, important clients all tell you his company is prosperous. A cynic might say, it must have taken a real con man to put across an operation like this, but the cynic would be wrong. All it took was a persistent man who never thought he was defeated. Behind this prosperous and respected company is the story of a man fighting, battling his way upward, losing 10 years savings in his first 6 months of business, living in his office for several months because he lacked money to pay rent on an apartment, turning down numerous good jobs because he wanted to stay with his idea, make it work, hearing prospects for his service say no 100 times as often as they said yes. Once I told my friend that this experience must be taking a lot out of him, but he replied, no, it's not taking something out of me, it's putting something into me instead. And I just been thinking how incredible. First of all, he put in italics, he said all it took was a persistent man who never thought he was defeated. And I think that is just so key in this business, where it's like, everybody wants to get in and take off like a rocket ship, but I haven't really heard of many people doing that. Even Michael and Kulia Tutupo were in the business for quite a while before they really kicked it into high gear, and he went to that major function and said, I have to change. And so I think we all go through that period where, where we go through the wasteland, right? And the only difference between the people who get to the promised land and the people who stay in the wasteland or even give up is whether or not they think they're defeated. And the other thing I love in this is when it says, prospects for his service say no 100 times as often as they say yes. I'm really glad that that's not the case in our business, right? We've got 2 for 10. So we can send out 10 people, we work with 2, and we pretend like it's the hardest thing in the world. We also don't lose 10 years of life savings in 6 months. We don't lose any savings in 6 months. In fact, if we're listening to a mentor, our savings goes up 6 months from the time we start, and our debt's going down, right? And so, just so cool. The success mindset of persevering and just moving forward. And the last piece where he says, it's not taking something out of me because, we've got family and friends. Man, you're going to another meeting. Man, you must be tired of that. Man, you're staying up late. And it's like, it's not taking anything out of me. It's putting hope in me. It's putting fulfillment in me. To see other people get excited about their future and to be a small part of that story, it puts the fire in you. This business adds value to your life. It doesn't take away from it. And it's really the job that takes value out of our life, right? It's like it takes 40, 50 hours a week and a ton of energy and sometimes stress to build somebody else's business. Our business is a joy. It's exciting. It's something we get fired up about because we own it instead of working for someone else who owns it, right? So anyway, great passage, great mindset from David Schwartz.
Hey Dream Team, this is Cameron. This is going out to everybody on our team, and also a copy to you, Dad, and a copy of Megan. Just wanted to say Happy New Year. We're so excited for this new year. And I just want to send a quick message, just to encourage all of you, this month of December that we just ended was such a great month. I'm so proud of what everybody did. We're just so excited about the board plans, people being sponsored in the month of January, and the people that we're taking through the process of personal win. I just want to share one thing with y'all that is really, really helpful. And it really goes back to The Compound Effect, which is an amazing book. If you have not read that, I would highly suggest you read The Compound Effect and the book Atomic Habits. Just something that those 2 books have really taught me that I think is so important is that, and that's just always to keep your pipeline filled with people. Megan and I came out of the month of December with just a ton of people, especially in that last week and a half to 2 weeks of December. So many names, so many numbers to call. So many people that we connected with as I was running in to grab a last minute gift or a last minute thing for food or whatever it was. But we just really made sure not to use any of the holidays as an excuse, not to use people being sick, whether it was us or people in our family or different situations coming up as an excuse. Seeing family during the holidays, we really just made sure that we didn't use it as an excuse. And I know as a whole team, we didn't do that. It was something that everybody participated in as well, which I'm really excited about. But I think it's so important to keep in mind that as you're taking people through the process, you're going to have delays. You're going to have unideal situations. Here's an example. I call a guy today to have a conversation with him, and he's starting the process tomorrow with us in personal wins, right? So I call him, we're talking about a situation about helping his wife get to that meeting, and I'm calling him, I'm on a break, he's got a few minutes, I have a few minutes, so we're kind of in these time constraints, and the phone call isn't really working, and it's all spotty, and the connection's bad, or whatever, so we're barely able to really have a conversation. We spend most of the time just being like, hello, can you hear me, And it just really made me think, as you're going through the process with people, there's going to be things that come up. There's definitely going to be those people that you sponsor where it's going to be 2 weeks, you take them through the process for 2 weeks, and they're ready to go, And then there's going to be the people where it takes a lot longer. But if you're willing to just work hard, and you're willing to always keep your pipeline full and be super, super consistent, you will actually find yourself outworking those problems, and you'll find yourself being patient enough with people to give them the space to find the business in their own way, in their own time, right? And I think that's super, super important to just keep in mind that you're the one who needs to work your butt off to always make sure that you're creating and keeping momentum and even adding more to that momentum, especially as you have it, as you feel it building like we do now coming out of this last year. But I think it's just so important to keep in mind that don't let other people's delays or problems or mistakes or issues that they have or bad decisions that they make, don't let that slow you down. Don't let that make you second guess yourself. Don't let it make you think that you're not doing something right. Just continue to work hard enough that you're always having people going through the process, and you're always sponsoring new people, and you always have people in width and depth that are getting sponsored and going through the process, and you always have people becoming new customers. Because if you're consistent, that will always be happening. So just want to encourage you guys. I know y'all are doing that so much. We're so proud of you for that. But just rise above that, and rise above that in your work habit. Okay? Love y'all.
team, what's up? It's Jagger. Just wanted to send out a message real quick, kind of get through some Kates, wrapping some things up tonight. But I was on a call with Jeff today and just wanted to share some of the nuggets that I got from that, just because it was a great call and wanted to share with you guys going into 2023. And yeah, I'm just super excited for everyone. I'm gonna copy this upline to all my coaches too. But I just wanted to share kind of just what I'm excited about, what we talked about, and yeah, just some of the nuggets I got. But we kind of talked about just going into 2023, a little bit in 2022, and you know, some of the nuggets I got basically were, you know, don't just look in the rearview mirror too much. You're going, you know, from 2022 or the years prior, what you have or haven't done, or the goals you have or haven't hit. But look at the positives. Look at what you have done. Look at, you know, what you did do well, and be excited about that. Take that into 2023, and you know, basically, with all the goals or things you want to do and accomplish going into 2023, or your standards you have for yourself, just keep the dream at the top of all of those, at the top of the list, right in front of you, because that's what's gonna pull you. That's what's gonna, you know, get you to be out there every day and achieve those things. And, you know, that's what's going to get you motivated, basically, right? To keep going when things are going well, and when things aren't going maybe the way that you want them to go. So, you know, those are just a few nuggets that I took away. And, you know, I'm just super excited for every single one of you. This is going to be the biggest and the best year yet. And, you know, I'm just excited to go out there and make it happen with you guys. And just absolutely, you know, rock this thing this year and move on in a big way. So, love you guys, and let's go out there and kick some butt.
Hello team, passing on to some of the leaders that we work with very closely, as well as our Coming on Platinum team. I just want to send a message on, and I hope this is okay, Joe. I wanted to send this. Joe had a wonderful holiday with her family. First time in years being back there. And, you know, but she was obviously on Kate. She was plugging into everything she could. And now she's coming back in town and ready to hit the ground running. And her team all over the place, not just in Arizona, but I know in Seattle and other markets are definitely all on. And you're going to see some great growth out of the organization. But I just wanted to send this because I think, you know, it's just, I just love that everybody's got such a healthy, you know, just personal responsibility and battle cry to really, you know, make the mark this year, to really make the mark in your market for your personal business, for your coach's business, for the diamond ship. And we love everybody, Crossline, okay, we do, but, you know, it's just time. It's time for this entire team to stand up, to elevate, to have some of you leaders that I know are moving on, continue to move on, inspire those that you're leading, be part of that wave, and really create this full swell of new growth, new excitement, and just, you know, bring this organization to the next level, to a level that we've maybe been at before, but we're going to blow by and hit the next level beyond that. It's going to be an awesome year, guys. And so I hope all of you have leaders on your team that are feeling like this, that are acting on this, and are being part of your team to move the big team. We love you.
Hey guys, how are you? I am at LAX on the last leg back from my trip to the UK. Super excited to get back home to Arizona, going through Kate, and what a great message here from Austin Adams. And I'm sending you a copy, Leslie and Jeff, because this is what we're talking about within my team. We're talking about making you guys proud. We're talking about making sure that the rice flag has been planted and is being waved, and everybody is seeing, and we're going to have huge growth here in the Arizona market. And just love this message from Austin Adams.
Hey Joe, it's Austin. Very much looking forward to tonight's stream. End of the year for 2023 with the races and the Harimotos and Waylands and Duncans and Edens. It's going to be amazing. And this past year there's been a lot of things that I could say slacking on, but primarily just not been taking personal accountability with a lot of stuff that I haven't done to further excel myself and to really take leadership of not just myself, but my family, our business, everything that goes on. So definitely implementing this next year. A lot more tracking, not just through the business, but everything. Day-to-day activity, and really implementing that 1% better every day. So by the end of the year, completely different person, somebody I've always wanted to be, somebody that I need to be, and somebody that I can be proud of. 2023 is going to be probably the biggest year that we didn't know could happen. It's something that we truly feel inside of ourselves, something that we can truly imagine just right there, reaching out and touching. It is going to be a year that people talk about, not just for us, but for you, and for Jeff and Leslie, and for worldwide. 2023 is going to be something that gives people something to talk about. People are going to think of Arizona, and they're going to think Jeff and Leslie. People are going to think of Arizona, they're going to think Joe Burnett. It's great that the Jasmines and the Winds, they expanded over into Arizona. But I truly believe when people think of Arizona, they're going to think this is Jeff and Leslie's house. This is Joe Burnett's house. Arizona is their house. So let's go to Arizona and see what they have built. 2023 is going to be truly something to remember for everybody. We've come out of the virus, we've come out of all this, we haven't come out of economical issues, they're still persisting, but people I think have now dusted their knees off, strapped on their boots, and they are just waiting for that gunshot for the race. So I can't express how big this is going to be for people, how excited we are for this next year, how excited we are for this stream that's going to be tonight, and more importantly, something that I think that anybody can benefit from is just looking back to the last year, everything you didn't accomplish or everything that you didn't do, and realizing that the only way you're going to fail is if you fail to learn. So looking back at all your experiences, everything that's happened, and realize that failure is feedback. Failure is information. Every time you shortcome on something, there is something to learn, and something to grow from. In 2023 is going to be amazing. Hey team, going up over to Platinums, up to Benetrista as well. Just wanted to pass out a great yearly or annual reflection for 2022 from Jeremy and Erica. I know just really cool sitting down with them and reviewing their numbers, and this, their start to 2022 began with looking to qualify for that Q1 incentive. And so, we're really excited for them and everything that happened last year. And I know they're gearing up to, double, triple, quadruple this last year. So, great message. Thanks, Jeremy and Erica, for sharing this. Talk soon.
Hey coaches, signing up our 2022 year-end reflection. So basically the year is coming to an end here. Excited for 2023 here, first day to date, and the start of the Q1 incentive. But over the year, we were able to add 32 new clients. We had 108 contacts. We didn't even keep track of our contacts from January to March, so apparently it wasn't even thought for us then. So it's been cool to see that we have added contacts and how many we were able to get throughout the year still. But we were also able to have 336 MSCs, we had 82 DKMs, 27 meet and greets, and we launched 4 new business partners.
Just to give some thoughts on our yearly reflection, so obviously we started with the Q1 incentive last year that Eric and I really just kind of was the first time we actually had a scheduled work habit and really tried to work for something other than just chucking paint at the wall and hoping something would stick. But that being said, we didn't really have, as much as we have like a year-end goal, really our whole goal is just to blow up the Q1 incentive, which in turn turned into doing nothing for the next couple months because we're just like burnt out, weren't on schedule, we're off track. Eric and I were still partying every single weekend, still drinking every single weekend, thinking we can have 2, probably like 4 worlds and build the business, but just didn't work out like that until the 9-day hardcore came around, and that really just set us up for being consistent every single day and really just trying to be core as much as possible. And those daily habits now coming into the new year, that's what makes us so excited for this new year, this new Q1 incentive, because our goal is obviously to blow the Q1 incentive out of the water and just really put up insane numbers for ourselves internally and externally. But really having the main goal of making to maybe not paying Q1 incentive, all it is for us, just a stepping stone to really just get her
skill set down and just be really students of the business and just being able to have an incredible year moving forward. But that's your year-end reflection of 2022. We love you all. Thank you so much for the help, the belief, and the patience. Love you all. Talk soon.
Number 20, Millie Murphy. Enterro. Let's see if he's gonna accept the loan without an offer to buy. that's it for today. See you guys later.